hosts. I'm Holly.
And I'm CJ or Caitlin.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're joined this week with a few special guests who I'll let introduce themselves to you guys.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nicole. I am one of the co-leaders of Silent Book Club of Monmouth County.
And I'm Amy, also one of the leaders of Silent Book Club.
We are so excited to have you guys on the podcast today to kind of tell our listeners all about Silent Book Club, what it is, what you guys do, where they can find you, things like that. Before we get into that, we usually like to start with a little segment on what everybody is currently reading. I've been kind of all over the place personally. I started Becoming by Michelle Obama, which is like a way more serious book than I normally read. But my hold became available at the library, so that's what I've been doing.
I have started Overruled by Lana Ferguson, which I've been really enjoying. I needed a little bit of a palate cleanser between some fantasy books that I'm reading. And it's a lot of fun. It's about kind of like workplace rivals that have like a not like an enemies with benefits relationship, but not really because he's trying to convince her to date him. It's quite entertaining.
Still not reading a book currently, but I have such tragic news. I broke my Wordle streak last week, and it was like 78 days, and I was just too busy. I forgot to do it. It's over.
Too busy watching off campus.
Yeah, I don't think about it.
Okay, thanks as always, Andrew.
Hi, this is Amy. I've been in a little bit of a reading slump as well. I don't read as much as I used to when I was younger because I have a baby now, and nights are used catching up with things or like catching up with work and stuff. But I just started The Ascended. I normally read fantasy or like period dramas. So I looked through a lot of book talk to find the one that I like wanted to actually dedicate my time to since it's so limited. I also almost never read two books at once, but I did also just start The Midnight Library, which has been recommended to me a lot. And that one seems like a nice short read too. So if I don't feel like one, then maybe I'll read the other. We'll see how it goes.
And I just finished the Souls trilogy by Harley LaRue. Huge fan of her books. I read them out of order by mistake, so I stopped halfway through book 3, and then I read book 2, and then finished. So it was like a tandem read, unintentional, because I read the first one months and months ago, and now I'm reading Pucking Around by Emily Rath because I need a little sports romance palate cleanser after a heavy lore heavy book.
Yes.
Yeah, all good choices. I started the Souls trilogy also a while ago. I read book 1, and this is a good reminder that I need to go back and read book 2 and 3 because I really enjoyed book 1, and then it just, as it always happens, you're like, oh, I'm not really in the mood, and then it's like a year later, and you're like, oh, I completely forgot what was happening.
You will not regret it.
Yeah, it's been on my list for a while. I guess kind of to get started with like the meat and potatoes of this episode, if you want to just explain what is Silent Book Club, as well as like, did you know each other before? Did you meet through Silent Book Club? Like, what was your journey there?
Okay, so Silent Book Club it's actually like a global community. There's multiple chapters all over the world. There's 2,000 chapters in over 60 countries. Um, every Silent Book Club chapter is essentially like a bring your own book club. There's no assigned reading, there's no like prompted questions, and with over 1 million members worldwide, they gather in person, online, or even some chapters do destinations so that they can read together and swap stories.
That was a great synopsis. Yeah, and so Amy and I met because of Silent Book Club. I had heard about it pre-COVID, and I really wanted to join. I just never got around to it. And when I checked to see if it was still around, the meetup page had been deleted and they were no longer getting together. And I even tried messaging the leader, and I'm like, because I don't want to step on any toes, you know. And so I was like, well, if it's not here, I guess I got to do it myself. So I put something out on Instagram, and within literally like hours, Amy and Kate both messaged me. And they were like, I want to start this too. Like, I was about to start it. So we hopped on a Zoom, the three of us, and it was like fireworks, sparks, like all on the same page. And we just hit the ground running. And that was 3 years ago. And since then, we've added 2 additional co-leaders, Kristen and Hannah, just because it's a lot of work. We have over 100 members come to every meeting pretty much. So, and we have side quests, so we want to make sure that we're appropriately staffed. But yeah, it's been a dream ever since. So yay!
Just like Nicole said, I did. I don't know. I found like a random Instagram like on my For Me page, and it was and somebody was talking about Silent Book Club, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to join a book club, but like I like to read what I like to read. Like I can't read if someone's like, let's all read this at a pace and like answer questions. So I was like, oh, that sounds so interesting. And I was like, maybe I should start one. Nah, maybe I'm not going to. No, you really should try it. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Then a few weeks went by, and I don't typed in like Silent Book Club New Jersey, and this like blank Instagram page popped up called like Silent Book Club of Monmouth County, and I was like, oh my god. And sure enough, like I messaged it, and it just like took off. So it seemed like all of the stars aligned, and all three of us like just like found each other, and it's been great.
Makes me like emotional hearing you talk about it.
I know. It's really been, I mean, all of us say like it's really been like a dream come true, and something like we never knew that we needed in all of our lives. So be able to talk about it, and it's been 3 years like Nicole said. I can't believe that it's been so long and all that time has passed.
No, my sister goes, and she's in like probably like 5 other book clubs, and she says it's perfect because it's like her time to read the books for all the other book clubs. Because every time she's like, oh, I joined a new book club, and I'm like, how are you reading all these books? And she's like, oh, I just go to Silent Book Club and then I read them.
It's awesome.
I've seen some silent book clubs around my area, but I haven't known exactly like where, or like I've seen like posters up, but I haven't done a deeper dive, and I keep meaning to, and it's something I keep forgetting to do.
Yeah, and it's great to see so many of them popping up because, you know, we cover such a wide area of Monmouth County that we can't possibly like be everywhere all at once. So it's good to see other groups popping up, and we're always open to those groups reaching out to us and supporting them and co-promoting things. And we also have like a virtual New Jersey wide meetup where we read on Zoom as well to kind of keep that community going. So it's really nice. Since I think when we started 3 years ago, there were not 2,000 silent book clubs. It's really blown up over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and I think there were only 2 other chapters in New Jersey, and now there's maybe like 6 or 7. So it's really awesome to see it like take off.
And I think what's really great about Silent Book Club is it gives people that third place that, you know, a lot of people look for. And what would you say is like the average time socializing versus you're actually reading your books? Because I feel like a lot of people go to Silent Book Club to meet their friends or meet new people sometimes too.
Yeah. So we have a set format for all of our meetups. We have one meetup a month, and then this is unique to our chapter, but we have a side quest every month too. So our meetup is open to all. We post our location online. We have accessibility information so people can like learn a little bit about the venue before they come. But we have a 2-hour time slot, and the first half hour is to arrive, socialize a little bit. Then we have an hour of silent reading, and then we have a last half hour to socialize and pack up. Though we do have people like showing up like an hour before. Now, because we used to when we first started, we're like, okay, we'll arrive a half hour before and get settled, and now people are showing up like a half hour to 45 minutes before our start time. So I think people are so excited to be there. So the great thing is we try and go to places that people can get dinner or a drink beforehand. So if they're already there, and they can extend their night too.
Yeah, great.
Do you guys prefer the reading aspect of book club, or do you prefer the social aspect of book club?
Well, as host, it's kind of different for us,
Hmm.
like in terms of greeting everyone and making sure everyone's comfortable and happy and being like a resource. Where's the bathroom, stuff like that, or the music's too loud. I do genuinely try to read. It doesn't always work out, but we're all really busy. Some of us have multiple jobs, so when the five of us actually are together, we end up wanting to like talk to each other and talk about book club. But I will say I do get reading done because, it is hard to find that dedicated reading time. So if it's a chill night and there's not a lot for us to do, we definitely get some reading in. I don't know about you,
Fair.
Amy, if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I feel like I never get a chance to read when I come to the meetups because I work from home and I have a 9-month-old, so I don't get out much. So I feel like this giddy schoolgirl. I'm like, these people, look at me. I'm out, I'm dressed up, like I have my book. I mean, it's sitting here and I'm like looking at it and I can read it if I want to uninterrupted, but I'm just so giddy to be out and like socialize with people that I almost never read. Sometimes I'm just sitting there like smiling, like looking
It's
around
true.
and just like taking it all in. So,
Yeah,
but it is nice because we try to rotate our venues every month so we don't go to the same place every time, and that way we get to explore Monmouth County a little bit, and maybe one month we're by the beach and another month we're like Western Monmouth County. So depending on what venue we're at and like depending on the crowd, I think that also determines if we can, as the organizers, relax a little bit too, if it's like a really busy night. And maybe we're organizing some other things that month, like a charity, then we tend to be a little bit busier with people coming up to us. But like our beach meetups or anything outside just tends to be a little bit more relaxed. So I think those are also the meetups where we get a chance to read.
that's fair.
Yeah.
You both have mentioned side quests within your silent book club. I'm really curious about what those might be or what they look like.
Yeah, so we're overachievers and we love that about ourselves. um, but side quests are, I think they started off as like another opportunity to get everybody together. Um, they tend to be ticketed events where we can partner with businesses in the area to do something fun. Sometimes it's book related, and sometimes it's just like a fun experience that is located in Monmouth County. Um, we've done bookmark making classes. We recently had a charcuterie board making class. We've had markets that with like vendors that we've met over the years. Um, but they're an opportunity for us to do something a little bit more unique rather than like stick to our 2-hour format of the meetup.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, they've been really popular.
Yeah, they sell out in probably like 30 seconds, I would say, because it's usually like 25 tickets or something like that. So we always say we're gonna post the link at 9 a.m. Like fair warning.
Well, I remember one of your beach days. You guys like mobbed the beach. The news came out to see you
Yep.
guys. There was
Yeah.
Yeah.
what, 200-300 people? How many people were there? Oh my gosh.
It's over 400
Oh
people
my goodness.
I think
on 8th Avenue. Yeah.
yeah, I think we had 5.
Oh,
Because
really?
I
I
was
thought it was
actually,
4.
yeah, I was like yeah, I checked 4, but then by the end people had like finally logged in and stuff, and we had, I think, closer to 5. But
Wild.
Wow.
I don't even know
Yeah,
how that happened, but we, oh, I remember
because
how
we
it
went
happened.
viral. So we went viral
Yeah.
and everyone wanted to get into it, which is fun.
Yeah, we had one viral Instagram video and it just kept circulating. And I think in one night we went from 2 or 3 thousand followers to like maybe double. And then
20,000.
in a week,
Yeah.
yeah, and then in a week or two we went to like 20,000 followers just from um that one reel that went viral. And then News 12 caught wind of it, and we had so many people show up. Like people were driving from North Jersey. I remember somebody told me they came from Jersey City. Um and I mean it really took us by surprise how many people showed up, and thank God people showed up for a beach meetup.
Yeah. We would not have been
Yeah.
able to
We would
accommodate.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I had this moment where it's like, are the cops going to come? But when I tell you, it did not feel like 500 people. It was so quiet and orderly and peaceful, and no one complained. Like normally on a normal night, we'll be like, someone will have some issue with the venue, like it wasn't up to their standard, which is fine. That happens. Like we don't control it, so we don't take it personally. But the fact that we had 500 people on the beach in Asbury Park and like nobody got in a fight, like nobody crashed their car, I'm like, this is
Yeah.
like you could not plan an event to go that smoothly. We did not plan this at
Nobody
all.
kicked
So like
nobody kicked
nope.
sand in each other's face. We
Yeah,
were close
it
to
was
the
so chill.
bathrooms, like everything worked out.
It was
Yeah, because we
wild.
went
Like
viral.
yeah, no, I'm just like I'm in a seasoned event planner and I've planned events that have not gone that well, and that was just
Wow.
totally unexpected. Yeah. It was wild. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, and so since we had the one beach meetup, and then um it went viral, our video went viral, so we decided the next month to have another beach meetup, and then that's when we had the like 400 or 500 people come. Normally, again, we try and like rotate venues, and I think we got a reputation for like a really short bit during that viral moment that we were just a beach reading club. Um, and I was like, oh, I don't know why we didn't think of that. But no, we're not just a beach reading club. But that does tend to be a really popular event because I think we've done one every year, a beach meetup, and it's nice and
Mhm.
easy and chill. And this year we knew to like pick somewhere where the bathrooms would be open late and we could get there early. And my cousins actually went to the Asbury Park Dog Beach and saw all of our people and texted me, and they're like, "Is that your book club that I see over there?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's all of us." And I was actually due with my daughter in 2 or 3 weeks, and my husband said, "Please don't walk too far on the beach and like don't go into labor. Tell your friends if you're not feeling well and go sit down and I'll come pick you up." So, and I was like, "Well, Ryan, I can't miss my opportunity to be on the news. So, I have to go." And I
We
was
were on the
there.
news.
I made it. Yeah, we were on the news. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely incredible. That's kind of how I came to hear about you guys, because yeah, my sister was telling me about how you guys went viral and you were going to be on the news. Um, do you have any upcoming meetups or like side quests that you're particularly excited about?
So our next meeting is at the Coffee Corral in Red Bank on June 17th. We've been to the Coffee Corral 2 years in a row, so we've got a great relationship with them. We love the Coffee Corral. There will be dogs for adoption, so we're like really excited for this, and it is a dog-friendly place. If you want to bring your pup, feel free. Um, yeah, and then side quests, I have those written down too. In June, we're going to have a picnic in Holmdel Park. This is reading optional picnic. It's a side quest. Um, and then we're doing an NYC trip in July, and both of those flyers have been posted on our Instagram account. So pay attention, I guess, if you want to. Holmdel will probably be open to everybody. We don't have to
Yeah.
RSVP for that, but the New York City trip will be ticketed, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, and then July will be our beach meetup. So we're gonna have that in Ocean Grove this year. I'm kind of hoping we don't have another viral moment this summer because it was a little stressful for all of us. Like at first we were really excited, but it was definitely a lot to manage. And there have been some other book clubs that not necessarily associated with Silent Book Club, but have popped up in the area, I think, since that viral video. So I'm hoping it's a little bit more casual this year.
Yeah. No news trucks or anything. We're good. We've been on the
No.
news multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
So we're
good.
fine now. We're not like
Yeah.
attention. We're not like the type of people that like want a lot of attention. Like, of course, we're we didn't expect to be this successful. So like the fact that we're on a podcast is so crazy to me because it's just like, who, us? Like, but any opportunity to promote Silent Book Club because of the impact that it's had on our lives, it's been so positive and so magical. Like I've never felt like such belonging and like positivity and just community spirit. I want everyone to have it. So if it means I have to go on the news, even though I don't want to be perceived, I will do it for, for the cause.
Yeah, that's very relatable. I know we talked when I visited Caitlin in North Carolina. We met a bookstore owner and we're like, "Oh, do you want to come on our podcast?" And she's like, "I know I should, but I really I don't know if I'm like cut out for it." Like that's so much publicity. So I love that that's like such a common theme in the book community. We're all like, "No, like we want to spread the message, but like are you sure you want it to be are you sure you want it to come from me?" Even like Caitlin and I were like, "Oh, they want to hear us. They want to hear us talk about books. It's more than just like my mom listening to the podcast." What advice would you give for somebody who wanted to kind of start their own chapter of Silent Book Club or something similar?
So there is a main Silent Book Club website. So I would say always go check their website. You can search by state, see if there is one in your area, and if there is, almost all of them have an Instagram. I would recommend reaching out and seeing if they're still active and if you can get involved that way. And if not, you can always start your own. Some book clubs are by genre. I'm sorry, not genre, by region. And some silent book club chapters actually have like a theme to them. So if you have a specific idea, that would be a great reason to start your own chapter. So for example, there's a Red Bank silent book club. Red Bank, for those who aren't in New Jersey, is a town in Monmouth County. So that's a smaller scale silent book club. So we do know some of our members, they'll go to maybe the Red Bank one when they're feeling a little bit more small scale and kind of don't want the big hubbub that sometimes our book club can be, just because there's so many attendees. And then they'll come to ours the next month, and sometimes they'll go to both. So again, if there's not one by you, or you want to start a chapter with a theme, you can register on the Silent Book Club website. Then the Silent Book Club headquarters will invite you to an organizer community on the app called The Mighty that has tips and tricks and guidance on how to run a book club. And in that community, there's always co-leaders from all the different chapters all across the world asking for advice. So again, the bookish community, the Silent Book Club community is there to help you with any questions and advice and things that worked and things that didn't work for them.
Yep. That's everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a very helpful tool to have, especially, yeah, like when you're just one person, you're like, "Oh, I don't know if anybody would be interested, like, where do I start?" So it's always good to kind of have those kinds of organizations. Switching gears a little bit to you guys, like, more personally as readers, I would love to hear if you guys are part of any other, like, book communities, book clubs, because as we've discussed, like, Silent Book Club is it's like a unique concept compared to other book-related groups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that there's other similar book clubs. There's Reading Rhythms in New York City. I believe there's like a Renegade Book Club. It's also in Monmouth County. But in terms of my participation, I am also a Little Free Library steward. So I have a little library in front of my house, and I collect books or I thrift them really cheap, and I'll just carry them to other people's houses and leave them in their little free libraries. Also, every single one of our monthly meetings, we have a book swap table. So people bring their books and trade them, and whatever's like, we yell at them, take as many as you want, because then we have to take them home. So what I end up doing, or other folks will like take them home and drop them in other people's libraries. So lots of books being shuffled around.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not in any other book clubs. This is kind of my main free time club, silent book club. But once I met Nicole and she had a little free library, I had seen them around, but I'd never really like taken the time to go and take a gander and see what was inside them. So now I like to go visit little free libraries. So one actually just popped up in my neighborhood. I'll stop on my way home from book club to help donate to some of the ones on my ride home. But I'm not in any other like formal book clubs.
And
I love
if you
a
don't
little
know
free
how,
library.
oh, good.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Yeah, if you download their app or go on their website, they have a map of all of the little free libraries. So whenever I'm anywhere I am in the world, I will go on that map and be like, "Where's the closest little free library?" And I'll go check it out.
Yeah, we just had a yard sale, and anything that didn't sell, we just went around the neighborhood or the town and started finding little free libraries to put our extra books in.
That makes my heart feel so full.
I don't remember what meetup it was, but I took home like 3 or 4 shopping totes of books. Uh, what, which was crazy. And I told my husband, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be home in probably like an hour. And I hit like 10 little free libraries all in Belmar and just was in there in the dark, like stuffing books in there. And people were like they're looking through their blinds, being like, who is that like crazy person out there? And I'm like, no, I'm just donating. I'm not like vandalizing or anything.
Yeah. But like our venues are not private, like so we'll just kind of like if we're at a brewery or like at Coffee Corral, like kind of random people will just kind of walk up and be like, what is this? You know, and like we're like, have you heard the good news about Silent Book Club? And then we'll be like, take a book, you know, and like I don't think they know quite what to make of us sometimes.
Yeah. So when you're trying to find businesses to host at, what do they expect versus what actually happens at a time book club? I mean, I'm sure they're expecting like uh, maybe like 6 or 10 people, and then you have.
Oh, we warn them. We don't.
Oh, yeah,
we don't sugar. We don't want any surprises. Yeah, Amy, I don't know if you want to take this one.
Yeah, so that's kind of evolved since we started. So before, again, the originally it was just Kate, Nicole, and I as the co-leaders. So we had a list of venues um that we scoped out like on the internet, kind of like looking at pictures that they had and seeing like maybe how many people they could fit. So we had a list of venues that we would be reaching out for after our first meetup to see how it went. And they ranged in size, the coffee shops, like libraries and stuff like that. And then we had our first meetup. I don't remember, but we did wildly better than we thought at our first meetup. We had.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many people came, Nicole?
I think it was like 60 people, and this is at the lobby of the Asbury Hotel. And Kate, one of our co-leaders, is a wedding photographer, and that's one of her primary relationships is that hotel. So she was able to, you know, negotiate that space for us. But we were shocked. We were expecting like 10, 15 people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So
yeah.
then after that first meetup, we looked at our list and we're like, oh boy, I think we have to pivot and switch gears because these small places they're not gonna fit everybody. And so then those first few months, maybe that first year, we tag teamed reaching out to venues, and we had an email that said, "Hi, we're Silent Book Club. We normally have 60 to 80 people. We think you might be able to host us. What do you think?" So in the beginning, it was us getting our name out there and trying to build these relationships. And now that we've kind of been around the block a few years, I'm sure our News 12 moment helped, but we have venues reaching out to us now as well, asking to have us there, which has been really, really exciting. takes one thing off our plate, because I don't think a lot of people realize how much work goes into doing this. So it takes one thing off our plate, and to also have businesses want to have, just a bunch of readers there, um, is pretty cool.
Yeah, and we tend to go to the same place. We don't go to the same place every month, but maybe like a year later we'll go back. We have kind of a rhythm with those businesses. Um, but we have to be mindful like of the fire codes and stuff. Like 3BR, we hit their fire limit. 3BR Distillery in Keyport, and they were lovely about it. They were just like, we're gonna have to turn people away at the door.
Yeah.
So now we have like on our website, which is linked in our Instagram bio, we have like a like a venue interest form or like a collaboration form. Like if you want to host a side quest, like if you're like you want to host a craft workshop or something, or if you want to host us, it says like, can you fit 100 people? Do you have enough chairs for 100 people? Are there ramps? Are there elevators? Like what's the situation? Because we don't want to take our members into a place where they're not going to be comfortable or safe or anything like that either. So that's like, if you come to us, we're going to ask you a lot of questions. So I think by the time we have the event, they're well aware of what the deal is, and it's very collaborative and usually very positive.
And we do always have our meetups on a weeknight. So just I have friends who are business owners, so in the winter months or like on a Tuesday, you know, restaurants or breweries, it tends to not be a very busy night. And then we bring you 100 members who are supporting the business. And we've had places had to call in like servers because they didn't have enough people on staff that night. So,
Yeah.
and they're like, please come back. Like, please come back again. Because we're also not sports fans, like, rah, yelling at the TV or anything. We come and we eat and we clean up after ourselves and we're quiet, and then we pack up and leave. And they're always happy to have us. It's great.
Yeah. You set up. Yeah, that's the one thing I do feel bad about is like when the bartenders are just completely underwater. We're like, sorry.
Yeah, I guess that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, sorry for all the money. Sorry you have to work so hard on a
Correct.
Tuesday when you were not expecting to work this hard tonight.
Correct, but a really easy sell for businesses because, like you said, you're quiet, like nobody's yelling at the TV. It's like nice and peaceful.
For sure.
We'd also love to just hear about if you have any favorite authors, favorite books, just like anything that you enjoy reading personally, either while you're at Silent Book Club or any other time.
I have a long answer, so I'm not
first.
even if you want to go first.
I know. Okay, yeah, I can go first. I wouldn't say I have a favorite author because I don't think I've ever read like every book that one author has written. I think I'm getting there with Nicholas Sparks just because he is like I can fit him in my bag for vacation and I can be done with it quickly. Um, so I don't necessarily have a favorite author, but all of my favorite authors like line up with my favorite books. So some of my favorite books are Aragon by Christopher Paolini. That I've always been into fantasy, but that was like the first one I like fell asleep dreaming that I was in that world, and like I've followed it all the years with all the sequels coming out. I love Pride and Prejudice. I'm such a nerd for the movie and the book, but I've read every like spin-off of Pride and Prejudice that wasn't necessarily written by Jane Austen. I collect like all the different versions of the spines and everything. Um, and I really loved Wild by Cheryl Strayed. Um, because I love to hike, and that it was just such a beautiful story. Like it brought a tear to my eye when I finished it because I was so sad to see it end. And of course, I love Actar and the Fourth Wing series because how can you not?
Okay, my turn. Like deep breath. Okay, so my number one is Holly Black, the Folk of the Air series, which originally started back in the day with Tithe, but most people know Cruel Prince, that trilogy. There's like 11 books. I've read them all. I would probably read them again, but I'm just gonna wait because I have a lot on my TBR. Um, I cosplay as Jude, and I was just recently at BookCon, and I was wearing my Jude cosplay, and I got into Holly's panel like in the last 15 minutes because they just leave the doors open, and she happened to walk by me and my friend who was dressed as Cardin at the time, and I go, "We love you," and she goes, "You guys look good," and I just like nothing else matters. Like my whole weekend was made. This is worth all of the standing in lines, like everything. So I like her a normal amount. Sorry, I just went fangirl. And then Penelope Douglas. She's not for everyone, but I love them to death. And Devil's Night series is my favorite. Also, Five Brothers has just been optioned for TV by Bell Media, which made a heated rivalry. So really exciting time for annoying people, aka me. And just romance in general, romantasy, fantasy. I love Allie Hazelwood, Kate Goldbeck, Rachel Gillig, Elizabeth Helen, Harley LaRue. So it's a favorite book. Like it's impossible to choose. But Holly Black is probably like she changed my life probably.
Yeah, she is so nice. I also went to BookCon with my sister this year, and I went to her signing, and they like put the little like sticky note with your name on it. And so she goes to open it, she's like, "Oh, like who's this to?" And then she goes, "Oh, from a Holly to a Holly."
Oh,
She was like so
nice.
pleasantly surprised.
Aw.
Yeah, and like I got an extra one signed for my sister and for my friend, and yeah, she was just like so sweet.
You're so lucky. I had a ticket to see her in Clifton, I think in November, but I fractured my kneecap and I couldn't go. But luckily I have every special edition of her books and they're already signed, so it's fine. But I would love to just talk to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go to a book event, like a signing or something, but before I joined Silent Book Club and like met all these people in this community, like the reading world, I feel like the diehard readers, I guess you would say, um, everybody kind of thought it was weird that I wanted to go. So Christopher Paolini was going to be in Clifton, I think. Um, and he was doing a book signing, and it would be the day after we got back from our honeymoon, and I already had the day off because I wanted to like recover from my vacation. And so I was talking to my husband, I was like, I think I'm gonna go to this book signing. And he's like, by yourself? Like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. And I was like, oh, okay, like I guess you're right. And now that I've met all these, people in the book community that do that stuff and they go with their friends or they go alone. I kind of wish that I had like this mindset back then, but now I'll definitely go if I ever come across like an author that I want to like go see in person, and I'd be so comfortable going by myself, which is awesome because I don't think I would have, like, I was convinced not to do it before,
Well,
so
I think it's because of people like you guys who are building a community of book lovers and readers and realize that there are so many people out there who really appreciate books and literature and um, are fangirls of these amazing authors.
yeah.
Yeah. I think also social media too. No, yeah. I also think like social media has made authors like it's so easy now to connect with them. And like even we've been seeing like I've had a bookstagram for a few years and now that like we have the podcast Instagram, there's like a few indie authors that we really love that like every once in a while will like respond to things that we posted or like reshare them on our story, and I'll text Caitlin and I'll be like, "Oh my god, don't panic. Like I'm panicking, but like we can't both be panicking. Like we got to play it cool." And like there's one indie author in particular that like I love, and I'm like, Caitlin, I think like I have a parasocial relationship with her. In my head, we're like best friends, and like nobody else understands except like the bookish community, where they're like, no, it's not weird that you think that.
I just wanted to add about going to things alone. We do have people message us and they don't have anyone to come to book club with, and they're really shy and they're nervous, which is totally understandable. Like we attract introverts because what do? You come here and you sit and read your book quietly, which is like a fantasy of a lot of people. And we're like, you can sit with us. That's our motto. Like, don't be afraid to come up to us. Like, if you can't find someone to sit with, we'll sit with you. We have color-coded bracelets. So green means you can come sit with me and talk to me. Red means leave me alone. So it's challenge by choice in terms of if you want to socialize, you don't have to. But I remember there was one meeting, it was at a brewery, I think in Fort Monmouth, Amy, where this person came and they were terrified because they were all alone. And we were really nice to them. We sat them down or whatever. And at the end, they came up to us and they were like, I made so many friends tonight. This has never happened. Like, I don't believe this happened. You know, they felt like these are my people. Like, I'm surrounded by people that are just like me. And a lot of us, I think, are searching for that. And it's really hard to find like that third space, like you were talking about earlier, Andrew, of just like-minded people that are chill and not judgmental and like accommodating. It's very rare and it's free. That's the other thing. It's free.
And there's no pressure. Like if you want to
Yeah.
go and then last minute you're like, something. There's no pressure. You can come. You can not come the next month.
Right, and
Yeah,
then there's no
yeah.
official book to read, so there's no pressure that way either. You just
Right.
Yeah.
you read
And
for the
that's-
sake of reading.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say is that like what you guys are describing is like a very safe place to go to alone, where like you can go because you don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to, or that makes you nervous, but like you can. And so it's like it's one of those like easy things to convince yourself to do alone, whereas like other things you'd be more hesitant for. And I think that's like a really awesome like space to create.
It's pretty
Yeah,
special.
and
I get
that's
emotional.
yeah, and see, I don't remember that instance happening, but like I remember a different instance, and same bottom line though, and it's every meetup we have. I think like a quarter to a half of the attendees, it's their first time there, and time and time again we have people coming up and we always ask, hi, is this your first time? Are you coming back to us? And nope, it's our first time. And we have so many people, whether they message us or they talk to us at some point during the meetup, that like they're new to the area, or they moved home after living somewhere else, or they went through a breakup, or they lost their I met somebody who lost all of her friends, and she needed to make new friends and she was lonely, and she's like, thank you so much for like having me. I had terrible friends, and I just met so many wonderful people, and we're like, oh my god, well, you can come back every time. And I see her at a lot of our meetups now, and it's really great to just give people the opportunity to, no pressure, show up as you are. Bring some people bring their mom, and so it ends up being like a night out for them to go and do things. So I always leave feeling like my cup is full, and trying to squeeze in helping with the book club, like in your own life. Sometimes, it's a lot of pressure because we kind of like have set a standard for ourselves, but then it's moments like that where people are so grateful and everybody's leaving with a smile on their face. That makes it all worth it.
Yeah, it's life does get overwhelming and you're like, I don't know if I can keep up with this, which is why we have so many co-leaders, because it needs to exist, like regardless of whether it's me doing it or Amy or Kate or Hannah or Kristen, it needs to exist. And if one of us has to step down, we'll find somebody else, because it's such a special thing. And the fact that we've kept it going for 3 years is pretty darn magical. As volunteers, with life changes and all sorts of things going on. So yeah, and that's why I like talking about it, because I'm like, it's just so special, and I hope more people get involved and do their own book club, and just I want everyone to have this experience.
We keep joking that we're waiting for our first silent book club wedding to happen.
Yeah,
We're waiting for somebody to meet at silent book club and then fall in love and invite us back and have us at their silent book club wedding.
You can get married at Silent Book Club. That is on the table, just FYI.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so cool? Yeah.
The ultimate
That
side
would actually
quest.
Oh my god, I love that. And like imagine like You could do like silent reading at your wedding too. If you're not a dance person, you're not a party person, you could just like, here, everybody, your favorite is a book. Go read
Or
it.
like rehearsal dinner.
Yeah. Huh?
You can do like a silent book club rehearsal dinner, a bridal shower, like any of those like
Oh
events where
yeah.
you're like, you know what? I don't like being perceived.
Yeah.
Let's just do something I like to do and be done.
You can do whatever you want and no one can stop you, basically. Maybe your parents, but I don't know.
But I really do think that that's my favorite part of book club is giving people the opportunity to be themselves, to like get out of the house, to meet new people, to get another book recommendation because we all know we never have enough books to read. And um and we don't even do it for, like Nicole was saying earlier, that fact that we've been on the news, the fact that we get an opportunity to be on a podcast. We've had some like local newspapers and blogs like interview us. We don't do it for that. We do it for the people. And that's really what keeps us going.
Yeah, because we're not making any money off of this, and nor do we want to. I've tried joining communities where there was a profit motive. Like, I'm sad to admit, I was sucked into an MLM at one point. I was vulnerable at the time, and I really hurt when I realized like these people aren't my friends. They're just trying to get something out of me. It was very transactional. And then I've done craft shows and stuff like that, and it's work and you make some money but not really, and it's not as rewarding as literally pouring your heart into something that's completely free and just has no, like, I'm not trying to get anything out of you. I just want to be with you in a space and like have fun. That's such a rare experience nowadays. Like, everything is monetized, everything is about social media. This is literally just hanging out with people that like the same things as you, and that's such a priceless experience.
And even to that, no, and even to that point, some people I see online and like the Discord about like, oh, audiobooks doesn't count as reading. And I was always like a hardcover, like I wanted that hefty book I'm bringing around. And we even, we have all different types of readers too. We have um people with the stack of books, and they're one person, she's like, I read one chapter and then I open my next book and read a chapter. And we have tablet readers, we have, physical readers, audiobooks. So it's really cool to see how many walks of life are readers with, all different mediums and all different ages too, coming together.
Absolutely. I wanted to give you guys some space before we wrap up to just shout out like your Instagram, your website, anywhere that interested people can find you guys at.
So our main place that people can find our chapter is on Instagram, Silent Book Club _MoCo_NJ. We post our meetups coming up for the next 3 months. We have a pinned post at the top with information for the upcoming meetup, and all of our information is there in real time. And between all five of us, if you message us too, we'll get back to you, as long as it's not a silly question. Sometimes that's the bane of our existence, is the same questions over and over again. But we will answer you. We always answer.
For sure. And, our monthly meetups are free. We do our best to have a venue that can fit 100 people. Sometimes we had to turn people away, and it's really heartbreaking. Like, we are volunteers. We don't, we've tried RSVP systems, and it's just really hard to keep track, because then people will message like, oh, I can't come. And then we have a wait list, and it's just like, it's kind of unmanageable at that scale of that many people. So, we do our best. We try to give capacity updates. It's really only happened, I think, one time, right, Amy, that we had to turn people away. It was totally unprecedented.
Yeah.
and that was like last year, like after we went viral, and we were like, sorry, we're not used to success like this. We're doing our best. But yeah, on each of our event flyers, there's a carousel that shows you what the venue is. There's a photo of the venue. There's accessibility information, like what food or drinks do they serve? Is there non-alcoholic options? And then you can message us ahead of the meetup if you have really specific questions, but we do try to put as much info on the flyer. So definitely reread it. And then you can always go to the venue's website. But typically we're greeting people, we're setting things up. We're not able to like monitor. But that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It was so lovely talking to both of you. And thank you so much for what you're doing for Monmouth County and the book community in general.
And
Thank you. That's so
Andrew's
sweet.
wife.
Yeah.
Yes, we love her. Keep coming back. There are some folks that have been with us this whole time, which is pretty remarkable. So it's as much your club as it is ours. You know, like we don't have big egos about it. Like this is a community, and it works because everyone shows up and everybody is well behaved and friendly and kind to each other. You know, like we can't control that. So our members are really special, and we're really grateful for everybody that takes the time out of their day to come hang out with us and read books. So thank you.
I just to echo Nicole's sentiments, like we would not be, even using the word successful feels weird, but we would not be as successful as we have been if we didn't have the support of our members, if we didn't have the support of our community, because again, we're a not-for-profit, so we work with venues that like let us have their space. We can't afford to charge people to come to these events, so it's really a community effort between us, the members coming, the venues having us, local vendors that want to come and have like maybe a pop-up coffee shop. So it's really been a blessing. I work from home, and for years, I was just really depressed. I sometimes I wouldn't leave my house unless I went to go get my mail in my mailbox at the end of my driveway. So this book club has changed my life, because just having somewhere to go once or twice a month, which I think a lot of people have that feeling post-COVID, just having somewhere to go once or twice a month and be able to be yourself and have some time alone while also like socializing, just to like fill up your cup a little bit. It's changed my life. It's made me a better person. Because when you're happy, you just operate better day to day at work, in your personal life. So it's changed my life. I'm so grateful to the women and that run our club with us. So
Love you too.
All right. Thanks for joining. Thanks everybody for listening. Yeah, we'll see our listeners back next week. I don't remember off the top of my head what we're recording next week, so who knows what the next episode you guys will be listening to is after this.
But yes, thank you both so much for joining. It was great talking to you both.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
For having us, and we hope we see you at one of our meetups.
Absolutely. I
Absolutely.
usually spend a lot of time down at Andrew and Nicole's house during the summer. So
Come on down.
Yeah, I've been wanting to for a while now, so it's on my bucket list, I think.
No pressure.
No pressure. Exactly.
I would love to. You guys probably will not see me there. I do live like 10 hours away. So.
Well, now you have to find your local silent book club so that you can participate. Yeah.
Or you can join the next upcoming virtual read that we're doing over Zoom, which is
fun.
This month, Nicole?
I don't know if it passed already. Or for June?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Kate makes all the flyers.
Anyway.
I just,
Yeah. Check our Instagram.
I'll go on the Instagram.
Yeah, check our.
Yeah.
I have to check it usually.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Bye.
We've had so much fun.
Thanks.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.